Right, recording. So hi you guys and welcome to my channel. I'm back with a new reaction video. So you guys wanted me to check out a boxer named Emanuel and requested me this video called The Drunken Master Emanuel Augustus Insane Style Explain Technique Breakdown. I never heard about him, so I'm very curious what he's all about. So I'm not gonna ramble. Let's get straight into this video. Alright, let's see here. Emanuel Augustus.
Emanuel Augustus
I was gonna say, why is it so long?
is one of the most entertaining and skillful fighters to have ever laced up gloves. With Floyd Mayweather maintaining for years that Augustus was his toughest opponent and calling his talent unbelievable. Augustus knew the ins and outs of fighting so well that he could literally dance around his opponent.
You gotta be the guy with the leopard.
Drunken Master. Augustus's subtle displays of defense would suddenly morph into a bizarre but brilliant display of skill, as he abandoned all semblance of form to completely humiliate his opponent.
Gee, with
He
both?
would even occasionally use his dance moves as elaborate setups or feints.
Oh, so you know how to move, like...
As such, watching him provides a multitude of entertaining examples on how to best transition through several different head slots, foot positions, and ranges.
Nah, he's different.
The way that Augustus fought, using the extreme variations of several techniques and styles, provides a great chance to break down many of the principles and tactics from previous videos, and blend them together into one cohesive whole. So let's look at how Augustus smoothly blended so many elements together in ways that few fighters have ever been gutsy enough to try. Starting with his more subtle
usually the defense work is not like, it doesn't have that big part, but he put the defensive work and the offensive like equal. Like the defense is so much work.
Truly made him the Drunken Master.
50-50. So much moves.
We'll start from close range and work our way back. At close range, foot position still matters, but it matters less, and head and upper body positions take prevalence. Most fighters prefer the outside position, resting their head on the opponent's lead shoulder. This protects their jaw from the opponent's power hand by shielding it with the opponent's head. But whether in an open or a closed head position, disengaging and moving inside comes with more risks and more rewards. And Augustus loved to take risks.
Sheesh!
At this range, smothering the opponent's guard by pressing against him becomes a vital tactic. And Augustus excelled at weaving from shoulder to shoulder, masterfully targeting openings in his opponent's guard before finally pressing in to find safety and pin his arms.
Constantly to see the movement.
Straightening up allows for better vision and more targets, but leaves the fighter the most open. It must be done briefly, before finding safety on the inside once again. That being said, Augustus chose to stand right in front of his opponents on multiple occasions, at times dropping his hands and relying entirely on head movement. Of course, footwork can still be a crucial weapon at this range. Watch how Augustus sidesteps to escape the ropes and turn the tide of the round in his epic fight against Mickey Ward.
Poor Mickey.
At mid to long range, these same principles still apply. Since it's impossible to find safety by smothering the opponent at this distance,
you can tell you're having fun with those
takes
tactics.
prevalence for sophisticated defense.
Hey! He's doing it with a class.
Moving the shoulders between a squared up position and a safer, more narrow position can take on a vital defensive role, no pun intended, as well as put a fighter in position to counter. A square posture provides lateral head movement in either direction, allowing a fighter to set up shots off of the center line. Here Augustus slips and weaves inside and outside in order to evade his opponent's punches and load up power into his counters. In contrast, a more narrow posture provides for greater protection and allows greater lateral movement, but only in one direction.
Style is crazy.
A combination of shoulder rolls, pulls, and ducks can make for a powerful defense.
That's what I'm saying with the defense work. It's
part of what made Augustus special was his ability to shift forwards and backwards in order to extend the range of his head movement and take advantage of multiple positions. For instance, Augustus would commonly step back into southpaw to shoulder roll lead side attacks, and then duck low to exit out at an angle. Augustus performed these feats to the far side of plausibility, doing things that just shouldn't work, and in fact, they didn't always work. But that never stopped Augustus from trying them. At long range, these body postures can be extended and enhanced by footwork.
I feel like it's like
For
a
instance,
distraction
the
too.
outside position can be
I'll be like,
obtained by
"What is this guy
stepping
doing?"
the rear foot outside in a closed stance, or the lead foot outside in an open stance. This takes away the opponent's ability to land with his rear hand, while the fighter still remains offensively capable. While Augustus was well aware of the benefits of using footwork to take an outside angle, he was especially good at utilizing footwork on the inside. Moving inside of the center line, the fighter can take the same attitude as an infighter, squaring up and risking attack to keep both hands within striking distance. Augustus shows this tactic here, closing the distance between his rear foot and his opponent's rear foot to get at his ribs. Alternatively, the fighter can move into an inside position that opens up his opponent and keeps himself safely sideways. Augustus does so here, keeping sideways to flick out his jab and move back to the center of the ring. But Augustus most excelled when he used footwork to move between an open and a narrow stance, just as he did with body
Position like
posture.
that.
In this exchange, Augustus begins in an open stance, slipping inside to avoid a jab, and then countering with a body shot. He gains an advantage by keeping his lead foot on the outside. He then V-shifts outside to exit at an angle, switching into an orthodox stance. He steps forward to throw, and then steps back with a lead hook, regaining safety by staying in a narrow posture. Ward moves in with a rear hook, and Augustus responds, squaring himself up to slip inside and returning fire with a lead hook of his own. Anticipating another attack, he shifts back, squares up to slip, then smothers Ward to press him back and create space. After slipping a few more punches, he exits off the ropes. While the last exchange was no doubt impressive, Augustus took it to a whole other level when he danced. Augustus would play with all footwork positions, postures, and head slots, smoothly moving through all the ranges while doing so. Here Augustus squares up inside to lead with multiple crosses. When his opponent tries to push back, Augustus steps into southpaw, and then steps forward immediately into a wide square stance, pulling back to angle in an uppercut. He then weaves under a punch and steps back to exit in a
The
defensive narrow
footwork
stance.
definitely is part of it. Look at it.
That was impressive, but let's go
Yeah.
up one more level. Here
Then it can
Augustus
be one
shifts into
place there
southpaw to
and
go on
another
the
there, like,
offensive,
thanks to the
and then
footwork.
switch shifts back into orthodox to evade his opponent's punch, before rebounding back with a 1-2-3. He then pulls back and steps outside to angle in a counter right over his opponent's jab. Now let's go up one more level and look at what was perhaps Augustus's most
Hey.
impressive exchange ever. Augustus steps in with the cross, presses in to smother his opponent's guard, then turn slips multiple punches. He then switch shifts to avoid a punch and
So
immediately
unpredictable.
switch shifts back to land a hard uppercut. He dances his way into a cross uppercut combination, slips another punch, and then dances his way inside. His opponent is left so out of position, he's forced to step back to return to an orthodox stance. Meanwhile, Augustus has danced his way into a southpaw position and lands with the leading cross. He next steps through and Domano shifts inside again and continues his rhythmic barrage. Emanuel Augustus is truly
He
one of a kind.
100% controlling the fight.
Sadly,
the
to
positioning.
quote Floyd Mayweather,
on the
Augustus's
inside and
record
outside.
did not reflect his talents. Augustus was prone to unfair judging on several notable occasions.
Eddie Reed. While the crowd reacted predictably.
Many of his bouts were taken on a few weeks or even a few days' notice, and Augustus would show up underweight and not yet fully recovered from his last bout.
Wait, what? How is that okay? Like, was it not fair? Why? Like, that's like, hold on.
Out. And despite
How
all of his
come?
skills, Augustus's lack of power prevented him from winning several fights. All the same, Augustus's
Sorry, I didn't hear.
lack of power prevented him from winning several fights.
Yeah, it makes sense.
All the same, Augustus's antics and skillful display of boxing has earned him a devoted following of lifelong fans, many of which have been asking for a breakdown every single video since the inception of the channel. All I can say is, sorry it took so long.
Now this was
If you're
interesting. Like honestly, it's not doesn't really look good. I understand why they call it the Drunken Master, but he's so smooth with it. But it just seemed like it's definitely a mixture of like he can dance or using it in this game, boxing, combining those two components. But yeah, it looks strange, I'm not gonna lie, but smooth at the same time. Like very unpredictable as well, because I feel like he just it's not really planned when you get into a fight. Like it seems like he is gonna not reflect the opponent, but like do his thing depending on the opponent. Like he can like just adapt and do his thing. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe I'm sounding confusing, but I don't really understand what they said here with the unfair decision, and then that they just calling him like a few days before, so he doesn't have the opportunity to prepare for the fight. That's how I understood it. Like, why is that? That doesn't sound fair at all. Maybe I misunderstood it. But anyways, I will end the video here. I see why you guys wanted me to check him out. I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Appreciate you watching. Bye.